Hello, my name is Shraddha Jones, and I will be presenting on the topic of expressing intimacy in Asian American immigrant families. This presentation will cover intimacy and love, dating, cultural differences and stigmas, hookup culture, and how to overcome the stigma. Intimacy can be defined as the expression of closeness via emotional, physical, or sexual means. Love is a deep affection towards someone or something. There exist two types of love, romantic love and utilitarian love. Romantic love can be defined as a deep and passionate attraction that one experiences for another person. Utilitarian love, on the other hand, is the dedication of two individuals to each other determined by rational means rather than emotional. Both of these forms of love are often dictated by the social scripts around us. Social scripts are common patterns that people follow and accept. For example, in the United States, it is common and accepted for people to follow the path of seeking romantic love and thus a lifelong partner. However, in countries such as India, cultural practices and social scripts dictate arranged marriages formed on the basis of utilitarian love to be a more acceptable form of commitment. This difference in cultural norms may then lead to the differences between immigrant parents and their children. There exist cultural differences in the expression of love and intimacy in Asian cultures versus American culture. In American culture, love is considered to be a non-negotiable and essential component to marriage, versus in Asian cultures, marriage is a mutual expression of trust and care. This relates back to the concept of romantic versus utilitarian love. Individualistic societies, such as the US, place importance on the romantic needs of the individuals in the relationship. On the other hand, in collectivist culture, the practical aspects of a relationship are considered first. For example, in America, individuals have the choice to marry whomever they please. This right to choose your own lifelong partner is commonly agreed upon by society. However, in countries such as India and Pakistan, families make decisions based on factors such as social class, education, and religion. Marriage is considered a sacred act, which binds together not only two individuals, but their families as well. The following video highlights the importance and attitude towards marriage and relationships prior to marriage in India. Dating is a concept that emerged from the practice of courtship and became popularized in the mid-1950s. The switch from courtship to dating changed the course of romantic relationships from being a public affair to a private one. The shift also allowed individuals to meet and familiarize themselves with multiple people. In today's society, people meet through various means. Some through the traditional face-to-face interactions, and others through online dating websites. The popularization of dating apps, such as Hinge and Tinder, have increased the sheer number of people an individual may meet. These such applications have also made hookup culture more prominent. Another factor that aids in the prevalence of hookup culture is the advancement of modern medicine. With accessibility to various forms of birth control methods such as condoms, birth control pills, IUDs, and more, hookup culture is becoming more and more prominent than ever before. Hookup culture provides a means of gaining sexual pleasure without exclusivity or commitment, and if you are to engage in it, it is best to do so safely. If you choose to engage in sexual relationships, make sure to get tested regularly for STIs and STDs and practice safe sex methods. This includes using condoms, spermicides, and other means of birth control as necessary. Make sure you check your own body for signs of rashes and blisters and have them checked by a doctor if they appear. If you are a woman engaging in sexual activity, remember to get regular pap smears and pelvic exams. Differences in culture also mean that there exist different stigmas within those cultures. This is especially true regarding the topic of love and intimacy in Asian cultures. As previously mentioned, there exists a stigma against dating or romance in South Asian cultures. Therefore, children feel the need to hide from their parents' relationships. Parents' unfamiliarity with dating, coupled with the patriarchal attitudes of the South Asian culture, teenagers often avoid conversing about dating. In a study by Raghavan et al., it was depicted that this aversive hush-hush attitude towards the topic of intimacy and relationships prevents kids from seeking help from their parents in teen dating violence situations. Therefore, the need for these cultural differences to be addressed among this community is very high. Similar attitudes towards intimacy exist in East Asian countries as well, such as China and Taiwan. These countries still promote a strong adherence to Confucius beliefs, which advocate premarital abstinence for females. However, whilst premarital sex is not encouraged for males, they are not shamed for engaging in it. Such practices create a divide between parents and kids and enhance the feeling of not wanting to converse regarding the topics of intimacy and love. Overcoming cultural stigmas can be difficult for children of immigrants. These children have a hard time expressing their intimate emotions and feelings compared to their peers. This becomes more difficult as children progress into their teenage years. I can relate to this myself, as I grew up in a family in which love and affection were not expressed in the same ways as others. My parents married on the basis of utilitarian matchmaking. They never hugged or kissed each other, but rather showed care towards each other by attempting to make the lives of each other a little less stressful. The topic of dating in boys was strictly forbidden, and I still, at the age of 21, am not permitted to engage in romantic relationships. This proves to be harder growing up in a society in which dating and hookup culture is normalized, and people like myself often feel like outliers. Even those who rebel against their parents often overcome with the guilt associated with dating behind their parents' backs. Over time, I have managed to open up to my mom about the idea of me finding my life partner on my own terms, but the topic is still a no-go with my father. There needs to be a mutual understanding and respect of culture between parent and child to foster a more positive familial environment. Therefore, I encourage all of you to take the first step towards communication, whether you are a parent or a child. Thank you.